I have to do it today. Okay, basically my head will be right there where that bottle's at. It's gotta be right here. What's up, family? What is everybody up to? Welcome back to our channel. I'm the man, the Grace Pill, the Queenie, Yolina, and Santana's back there chilling on the phone like always. What are we doing today? Well, we're over here at the laundromat in Las Cruces, of course, City of the Cross. And we over here by North Main almost and Madrid or something like that. I had to make this video and I'm gonna call it Lost in Translation because I've always tried to, try to demonstrate to people the differences that get lost in translation between knowing the English language and knowing the Spanish language correctly. You know what I mean? Speaking, we gotta take a break real quick because we gotta go check them towels. Hold on. So we're back. As I was saying, Lost in Translation is a video that we're trying to make about how when you speak Spanish and English, there's differences in the way that the language translate. And not only that, when you speak Spanish, for instance, immediately when a person addresses you, like immediately from the get-go, from the first instance you communicate with one another, you know where you stand with them on the level of whether they respect you as a superior or just somebody with a higher role in their hierarchy society or their little circle of people, or whether you're just a commoner to them or somebody that is at their level, somebody that they don't respect, or somebody that they consider just a friend. You know what I mean? And the way that is that first of all, there's the word usted and tú. When somebody addresses you in Spanish and they say usted, automatically that shows like you have authority and I respect you. Like me, I've always addressed my mother as usted when I speak in Spanish. But when you speak English, no such thing exists. I'm gonna pause you real quick, family. So like I said, when I address my mom, I'll always address her as usted. But if I was addressing like my brother or my sister, it would be tú. The funny thing is that sometimes when people are in arguments, they lose that whole tú familiarity that they have with one another, and they step into this insulting one another, but in a way of saying usted. Have you ever noticed that? Has that ever happened to somebody that you know? Anyways, like usted chingue su madre. You know what I mean? Like it goes from like tú te quiero, I love you, we're cool, but then all of a sudden they not cool no more, and it turns into like usted. Give it to me so I can put it under. Okay, pause, family. Hold up. That just doesn't happen in English, though. Like, there's no such thing as in English when you get to know somebody that they call you like. It's like it instantaneously adds like the sir or the madam. You know what I mean? Like you could say, "Fuiste a la tienda." Did you go to the store? Pero if you say, "Fue a la tienda," which is a form of speaking to the person with that usted thing, then it becomes all of a sudden, sir or madam, did you go to the store? Depending on who you're talking to, right? And that's the crazy thing. Another crazy thing that gets lost in translation is that everything in Spanish, not everything, but a lot of the things are gender conscious. Is that what you would call the word, gender conscious? Or gender appropriated or something? Like, okay, you can't just be fat, because in English, if you're fat, everybody's fat. Women and men are fat. In Spanish, though, you're either gordo or gorda. You can't be short, like everybody is short, either chaparro or chaparra, with the sex added to it, the gender added to it. It can't be just gender neutral as it is in English. That's another thing that gets lost in the translation, and it's freaking weird. That's why a lot of people have trouble and a problem understanding. They think that the only thing that gets lost in the translation is like, oh, well, you guys say the the nouns first and the verbs, the verbs first and the nouns last, as where in English it's the nouns first and then the verbs. But no, it has nothing to do with that, man. It has a lot to do with everything, all that other stuff. Give it to me, girl. Watch, pause, family.